Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Talk Wordy, my hub for all of the words that I read, write, or otherwise want to yap about. Today, I have a very special guest on the pod. She's the author of A Certain Appeal, which released in 2021, and her newest release, ELLIE Hayes and the HIMBOS, is available now. Please welcome Vanessa King.
Thank you. Hi.
Hi, it's so good to have you on the pod.
Thanks so much. I'm excited to yap.
Absolutely. So something I normally do with my guests to warm up is we usually talk about what we are reading, watching, and listening to, but in a matter of conserving time, I'm just wanting to pick your brain on what is your latest hyperfixation? Is there something out there, TV, movie, media, books, that's like just really on your brain?
That's an easy one for me. So I was telling earlier, I have 2 Airbnb rental units off the back of my house. So there's a lot of time spent while not writing, cleaning and ironing and learning what other people think is acceptable in a rental space. But I have a lot of time to listen to podcasts.
Yeah.
And so one of my favorite ones is the Rewatchables, which is basically a roundtable about favorite movies and their most rewatchable scenes. And they have very funny lists about, most rewatchable, least rewatchable, what wisdom to take from a movie, recasting ideas. So it's just really fun to listen to people for like 2 hours, dive into a movie that you love and that they love and just gush about it. So that is a favorite.
I love that. What would you say are some of your rewatchables?
Oh gosh. I mean, I was raised on, the classics. So When Harry Met Sally, I watched at a very young age, and that's probably the most popular go-to. So
yeah,
stick with that one.
It's a good one. R.I.P. Rob Reiner.
I know. I was about to say that. Yes.
When he passed, I learned that he originally had a different ending for the movie, and then he fell in love with his wife while making the movie, and he changed it. And I just think that is the most tender, sweet thing I've ever heard.
I love it.
It's so sad to think about. Anyways, similar to what are some of your rewatchables, you have a tab on your website called Stuff I Like.
Stuff I like.
First of all, I'm copying that. Second of all, what would you say that you would add to the tab?
Just in general? I mean...
Yeah, if you had to expand on that tab of your website, what would you add in there?
I know, because I think I have a few websites that, with movie memorabilia, Super Yaki is a favorite, and so they do the occasional drops of hyper-specific film references. So I love that. It's where I have a pin of Mugatu's throwing star M from Zoolander. So which I did just introduce my 12-year-old to, and she's the demographic.
Yeah, so, she's the target audience for that.
Yeah, a lot of references not quite being caught, but she was like, that's where that came from. But what to add, that's a favorite thing. If I could just throw in, I probably should add my hot glue gun crafting thing. So I do anything that could possibly be done with the glue gun, I will try. So I go really overboard with Halloween costumes in particular. So my daughter...
It's one day a year. Why not?
Why not? So why not and spend a lot of time on them? So last year my daughter was a bowl of ramen. And so it was a full paper mache bowl, but then just had to hot glue all the elements into place. It was phenomenal. I'm still it's
That's
in the
epic.
attic. It's great. This year though, she was a K-pop demon hunter demon,
yes.
which I didn't need to create anything for. So I went as an anglerfish. So I have a whole headpiece that is, I was very proud of it. It won me a costume contest with my book club.
Oh, I bet you did.
She had light up tap eyes. And
that's incredible.
She's in this attic right now. So when you pull down the steps at my house, so you look straight up and she's right there with her giant teeth. So and the light bulb is still on. So she lures you. It's
That's
great.
epic. I gotta say, especially with Halloween in recent years, I feel like people more so almost Disney bound their costumes, where it's they're just gonna find clothes that look vaguely similar.
There's an
I'm
angle.
Bring back going over the top.
Yeah, exactly.
With Halloween costumes, especially in your adulthood. I feel like it's just way more fun that way.
Go big, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, so starting to transition more into your books.
Yes.
You recently did a signing at my local indie. For those of you who don't know, we're both from Texas, but I am from Denton. You popped in. We love the plot twist. They are wonderful. I just missed you. I feel like I was in the square when I saw the post about it, but you had already left for the day. Yep. And so I went back and I got a copy, and the premise is freaking hilarious. Also, let me tell you, starting that book at the same time that I started watching, I almost said Gilmore Girls. It's not Gilmore Girls. New Girl.
Yes.
Starting those two at the same time was absolutely the best experience.
Excellent. I'm happy to have those together in your mind. That was, yes, I always get New Girl vibes. I'm like, outstanding. I will take that, please.
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely hilarious. Tell us a little bit more, for those who aren't familiar with you or your work, tell us a little bit about Ellie Hayes and the Himbos.
Ellie Hayes and the Himbos. So the premise is Ellie Hayes is waiting out a medical diagnosis and moves in with a trio of collegiate himbos. So, and I'm sure everyone is aware of the definition for himbo, but we have a strapping, if not intelligent, but inherently kind gentleman. And these three guys are absolutely delightful, and they sort of teach her to let loose a little bit. She's very type A, and she teaches them things like the grout in your bathroom is not ombre, it should all be one color. This is how you clean a toilet. This is food that is not just a rotisserie chicken. So yeah, it's good. It's good. So they learn a lot from each other, and the hero is the older brother of one of the himbos.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Which I really liked, because normally when you throw in multiple leading men in a book, you think, oh, well, it's going to be one of them. I like to say it's going to be Mamma Mia, but without the baby.
Right.
Or whatever. And then when I found out that it was one of the older brothers, I was like, oh, she cooked here. I like this.
There we go. And I get a lot of like, oh, there's the three guys on the cover. I'm like, the background. He's hanging out. So
yeah.
Like, if you met them, that would seem that's just a lot of dude to hang with. So
yes, it is.
We're going up.
I love the character Ellie Hayes, but also I love that she acts as a chronic illness representation. Why was it so important for you to illustrate that in the story, beyond, being the catalyst of the story, but just in general? How did it add depth to the story overall for you?
Well, that was why I wanted to tell the story in the first place. So she's waiting out a diagnosis for multiple sclerosis, and I had the same experience where I woke up one day unable to see out of my right eye, and 3 days and 3 eye specialists later, I was told it was optic neuritis. And 50% of the time, that's the first sign of MS. And that's what I gave poor Ellie. So she has you have a 6-month window at that point where you wait, and if there's any kind of flare-up or you have a repeat experience, you're just diagnosed with MS. And so I gave Ellie that 6-month window to see what happens and let loose a little bit and see what kind of living she can get in that time. And so it helps from a story structure to have and here's the period of time we're working with. But it also was important to me for people to learn just what goes into that kind of diagnosis. And she also has endometriosis, which has informed her character, and she has only viewed herself within the limitations of that condition. And so a lot of her life is defined by what she can do certain periods of the month or not. And so that was also another sort of structural element, but it was just something that I hadn't seen, I guess, to get to the actual question you asked. That just wasn't representation I'd seen in anything. And so often that story is limited to how it impacts fertility. And for her, bigger fish to fry. She's just trying to get through the day. And so I wanted to just focus on what life looks like with that.
I love that.
Thanks.
Okay, I want to play a quick game of this or that.
Okay.
It both kind of involves you and a little bit of the book too. So there's also no wrong answer. It's only your answers. So
I will take that into life. Thank you.
yes. Okay, night in or night out?
Night in.
What would you do on an ideal night in?
Sleep.
Oh yeah.
I know. I get up at 4 in the morning. I work out early, and so I am. If I see 10 o'clock, I am not happy about it. So
okay.
No, I need to turn in. Thank you very much.
That's hilarious, because my next question is gym rat or couch potato?
Gym rat, yes. Yeah. If I don't get my endorphins early, I am not a nice person. I've learned that. I'm like, that's fine. This is not just for me. This is for everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, you're welcome. This is a service I am providing.
Yeah.
So, but I got to get out there and do that. Yes.
What day at the gym is the hardest for you? Is it leg day, arm day, back day, cardio?
There's any time it requires actual coordination, it just feels like I can get about 3 movements in a barbell sort of complex, and then I'm like, it's like too much like choreography. Like I can't hold that in my head. And if we're doing something very clever, there's this figure 8 thing with a kettlebell. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna hurt myself. And others, like we're just not doing that. So if I see like, kettlebell form day, I'm like, ooh, sorry,
Yikes.
that's not for me.
So
Again,
you're not much of a
service to
Zumba
others.
girl?
No, oh my goodness, no. And that's why it was funny with my first book being about the burlesque scene and having worked in it. Like your costume is your choreography. That's the limit. So you work with that. But yeah,
Okay. Bed reading or couch reading?
bed reading.
Summer or winter?
Ooh, living in Texas, it's so hard to want summer
Either.
because winter is it's like 80 degrees right now there. So I know a big thing is always you can only take off so much clothing. So I'll say winter. I can bundle.
I like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Sweet or salty?
Salty.
Yeah. I really could go for like a soft pretzel right now.
Oh my goodness, I was about to say soft pretzel. Okay, yes.
You get me.
Okay.
You get
I feel so
me.
seen. Yes, okay.
Okay. Physical book or ebook?
Physical book.
Yes. Okay. Paperback or hardback?
Paperback.
Period.
Flexible. Yeah.
Respect. I think as an adult, I've started to really like paperback. When I was young, I wanted to collect hardbacks.
It's just the fancy version.
Yeah.
Which is great, but also I'm like, I can wait. It's
It
fine.
was like, I'm so official.
I know.
I am a reader. I have a hardback cover. And now I'm just like, I want to tote around a paper bag and like a
Yes.
cute little sleeve in my purse. That's the reader I am
and a dust
now.
jacket like intimidates me.
It
And I
does.
was
Because
like, I'm so sorry. I
heaven
creased you.
forbid I get it dirty or
know.
like fingerprints
Yeah.
or spill water on it. No.
No.
Early riser or night owl? I think we've already
Yeah, it's
figured
from,
out the.
like monster. I think is just where I'll throw myself in. That's not okay. It's fine.
And then Ellie Hayes or the Himbos?
Oh, okay. Well, if I could be, I do say I'm a lady himbo, so that's fine. I will take that. Yeah, I'll go with himbo. There's just a lightness there that would be wonderful to be able to fully embrace. So I'll take a himbo any day.
Okay, something not book related about you is that you are a fellow cat lady. We see each other. I think about I think it was in an interview I saw. Rebecca Yarros once explained that she wrote her main dragon character Tarn after her English bulldog, which I think is so funny.
I love that. Yes,
So if your 2 cats, I think it's Sweetums and May May.
Sweetums and May May. Yes.
If you were to write them as book characters, would they be human or would they stay animals? And what would their personality profiles be like?
Oh man. Okay, because Sweetums is, Sweetums is dumb baby. And every morning we get up, I'm making coffee, and we have a literal sit down. I'm like, you are a dumb baby. We have to discuss, you are a dumb baby. Do you know this? And she's like, oh yes, I know this. There's a lot of purring and so much shedding. But she might be a bit of a himbo in her own right, where she's very active. There's a lot of fetching going on with her. I generally have a hair tie on my wrist.
It's
I don't
always
need
the hair
it, but
ties.
it's for, oh yeah. And she's very vocal, very needy. So she would, I think I would put her down as a himbo character for sure. So she's not.
She's not the lead.
She's not, but bless her, she's doing well. And then May May she's a mean old lady. I think she does look like my late grandmother. Rest her. So every time my mom or my sister were like, you really missed out not naming her Myrrh, which is what we called my grandmother. I'm like, you're right. Her name was Jo Jane. She has a very Joji face, but she's very severe and would rather not be perceived unless she would very much like to be. So I feel like a lot of more, a lot of fun, female leads are that way, where it's like, I will not, you will not have get my
they're a little
attention
prickly.
unless, So I think, I don't know, but it's so hard to separate because she's so gross. She's wonderful, but she also has, she sneezes wetly often. That's when she comes up and requests the love and then sneezes. You're like, thank you. Okay.
Yeah.
I need to bathe.
This is great.
Yeah. So she probably would be best just left as a feline. So she could sort of be the avatar for a character and sort of, you could sort of project the cat's behavior, as something to be interpreted by the main. If she warms up to the hero, that's the ultimate indicator of acceptance. So
Yeah.
I think we'll just leave it that way.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Quality answers. Last but not least, as an author myself with a book published multiple years ago, I want to also mention a certain appeal.
Yeah.
You describe it as Pride and Prejudice meets burlesque. Incredible comps,
Thank
by
you.
the way.
Yes.
If you could sell me a book based solely on comps before I even read the blurb, if the comps are that good, and they are incredible. How did you come up with this kind of story combination?
Yeah, I was working on a different project altogether and querying agents with that, and I was honestly chatting with a friend. We're just messaging each other, and I was like, I just don't know what to work on right now. And she's like, well, you had that amazing burlesque experience, which when I lived in New York, I did work at a burlesque show. So I was the stage kitten. I picked up what they took off. And so I still got to dress up and mince around and interact with the audience. But I was, I picked up panties. And actually, that's not true. They leave those on. Depending. But anyway, I picked up pieces of costuming.
Yes.
And so, but it was such a fun thing. I mean, I got to work with some of the best in the business. It was such a surreal experience as well. So it already felt like I was in a fictional world. And then my same friend was saying, I'm working on a Wizard of Oz retelling set at a concert festival. I was like, shut up, I love you. I gotta go. I'm doing Pride and Prejudice in burlesque. Bye. And so I immediately started outlining that night. And so just a matter of grafting my favorite characters into one of my favorite lived experiences.
Yeah.
So that's just how it worked out. The challenge was deciding who to keep and who to cut. So unfortunately, there's no Mr. Bennett and there's no Mr. Collins, but I cover most of the bases. So,
Yeah.
But it was
that.
it was really fun to write. So.
That's so awesome. Okay, so with your two comps, what would you say is your favorite scene from burlesque?
Well, I actually haven't seen the movie, though for some reason my younger brother sends me the Wagon Wheel Watusi.
Wagon Wheel Watusi.
I get that every 3 days, and I have no idea why. I love it.
Oh, it's
it
such
brings
a
me
good
joy
scene.
every time. But Wagon Wheel Watusi, I'm like, why are you sending me this at 5 a.m?
I know.
Yeah, so I'll just say that because it lives on in a way that I cannot fully grasp, and yet I love so dearly.
It's such a great scene. It's one of those scenes when I first watched it, I was like, this is how I need to advocate for myself. The way she's like, I know every single routine. She's like, you know every single routine? Every single
Name one.
Name one. Wagon Wheel Watusi. I also just I love Stanley Tucci in that movie.
Oh, Stanley Tucci. I mean, when is he not wonderful?
He's incredible.
Watching Easy A is still my go-to. As a parent, I'm like, these are my role models. This is who I want to be. So
I don't think I can watch him in The Lovely Bones anymore because it genuinely scares the crap out of me.
Yeah, no, that's upsetting. Yeah.
But otherwise, Caesar Flickerman forever. I love him.
There was a great, that was a Super Yaki, that website I mentioned before. They briefly had an apron that you could buy that said, on this date, I watched Stanley Tucci make a Negroni. And I bought it for a friend of mine because she was making them at the same time. It was during COVID, and so it was one of when he was doing many videos of just being wonderful and Stanley Tucci in his home.
Yep.
So, and at one point, he made a Negroni, and it was gorgeous.
Yep.
Or was it Aperol Spritz? I hate to misrepresent.
Well, there is that viral thing where it's like, what's your drink of choice? A Negroni.
That's right.
Spagliato. There's something else. It's like, oh, stunning.
Oh, stunning. That's right.
I think that was for House of the Dragon promo.
I think so, yeah.
And then with Pride and Prejudice, do you have a favorite Pride and Prejudice version, or do you prefer the sacred OG text?
I mean, always in my heart, and I do love the 96 version, and Bridget Jones's Diary was was a foundational text growing up, but I do love the 2005 version.
That's my personal favorite.
The way Bennett and Darcy relate to each other, and that they're so inconvenienced by how hot they are for one another, and that was the vibe that I tried to carry through with a certain appeal. But there was just something so funny about I cannot stand you, but more than that, I cannot stand how attracted I am to you. And just the way that is conveyed in the movie, I love that so much.
Yeah, absolutely incredible. Okay, so at the time that we're recording this, happy Valentine's Day, everybody.
Yes.
Belated, very much belated. But for our live listeners that might hear this, tell them where they can find you during the convention. Where's your table at?
Yeah.
If you're going to be on any more panels. And then for future listeners, where can they find you online?
Oh gosh, well, I will be at table 81 today, so come and see me. I spent a lot of time trying to secure the fringe to the table, so please come and just
Admire it.
thank you. Just tell me I did a good job. I had to go buy straight pins yesterday. It was fine. And then I am Vanessa L. King on Instagram and at my website, vanessaleeking.com. So come and find me.
Awesome. Well, there you have it. Thank you for tuning in to Talk Wordy, and my thanks again to Vanessa King for joining me on the show. This has been so fun. Don't forget to follow the pod on Instagram at Talk Wordy Pod, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.
Bye.